Threatening a teacher, it's getting wild in Wisconsin as the Democratic Party rushes to recall Governor Scott Walker. A high school teacher who appears in a pro-Walker ad says she is being embarrassed and being harassed and being threatened. Take a look at the ad.
I'm not big on recalls, and I think that at this point, in my opinion, and I'm only speaking from the eye, it feels a little like sour grapes. It's, we didn't get our way, and so we want to change the outcome. The person that I'm going to stand behind and that is going to get my vote is the man or the woman that says what they mean and means what they say, and it's not about being popular. It's not about getting the votes. This is what's right. I mean, Scott Walker said from the beginning, I'm going to do what's right for Wisconsin, and he did. He did.
Now, Christy LaCroix says there isn't even an online campaign to get her fired, and law enforcement says there has been dangerous behavior from both sides of the recall effort. Governor Scott Walker joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
Governor, do you have anything, or did any of your, anyone within your close circle have anything to do with this ad, or does this teacher come up with the ad herself?
It's our campaign that did the ad, but this teacher literally sat down in front of a camera like I am right now and just talked. She had no script. She just talked what was on her heart. In fact, we got another teacher starting with a similar ad today, and we're going to have other folks, some workers in the private sector, some parents, some grandparents, and others out there. But this woman literally just said what was on her mind. And it's amazing to see just how outrageous it is. I think that's what's happened when you see so much influence coming in from outside of Wisconsin. That's not the way we do it in Wisconsin. We don't attack people because there's a difference of opinion. In her case, it's just to add more fuel to the fire. The people came out inside of my home and attacked, or not attacked, but harassed not only my family but my neighbors. They've been pointing to people on Facebook. Have been pointing to folks on my kids' Facebook site. They've even said outrageous things about my family. Again, today, it's one thing to inform a debate. It's another thing to distract or distort it, or to drive things out of the way. And that's just not the way we should. And nobody, whether they're for or against me, including those who oppose our recall, nobody should be doing things that cross the line like that.
Explain something to me. When you ran for office, you had a certain platform. When you got into office, did you carry out that platform so that it was no particular surprise to the voters? Or did you change and thus all of a sudden everyone got enraged and said Walker went much farther than he ever told us? Or explain how that worked.
No, in fact, I talked very explicitly about the fact that I was going to balance a budget, one of the largest structural deficits we ever had, the $3.6 billion deficit, do it without raising taxes, do it without cutting core services. In fact, we have $1 billion more was added to our budget for Medicaid to protect needy families and children and seniors, and to put resources more effectively into places like the classroom to help our kids. We did all those things. Unlike other states that raised taxes, laid off thousands of employees, did other things that damaged their state, we avoided that because we put reforms in that empowered our state and our local government to balance our budgets.
I guess I'm thinking like about 300,000 have already signed the recall petition. They need 500 some change by mid-January. But what I don't understand is why those 300,000 were mad when you were running for office and when you were saying those things that you're going to do. I mean, like, what changed or what was it that set everybody off? Because I don't think what you did was a huge surprise.
No, in fact, many of the groups that are part of the recall movement, AFT Wisconsin being one of those unions, actually ran flyers last year that said, forewarning their members, don't vote for this guy because he's going to make changes to collective bargaining. So they were warning that. The first recall Scott Walker website was put up November 2nd of 2010. This something preordained. This has been plotted out all along the way, and they've just used all the hype and attention to move forward on it. This is about having a new election. In our state, you don't need a reason. In our case, we're going to be given an opportunity to reaffirm that message, that positive message with the voters yet again in this next election.
All right, a couple quick questions. One is, have you endorsed yet, or do you intend to endorse soon for president?
I have not, and mainly because this recall. I want to stay focused on the recall and getting my state working again and tackling that. I know each of the major candidates. I know Governor Romney. I know Speaker Gingrich. I think the world of both of them. I think they would be an exceptionally better choice than the occupant in the White House right today. And I think both of them need to focus on what they're going to do to get this country working again by getting government out of the way.
All right, two quick questions. This bookkeeping matters. How about those Packers and the Badgers? And now we have a Badger who's a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Absolutely. I mean, there's two pretty compelling ones in the race there. You can't beat the Green Bay Packers. My good friend Chris Christie, I haven't rubbed it in today that they won in New Jersey last night, but they look pretty unstoppable. But I like the fact that Aaron Rodgers takes it one game at a time.
And the Badgers, are they going to win the Rose Bowl against Oregon come January 1st or not? That's an easy one.
Absolutely. I mean, the Ducks are a good team, but the bottom line is they're going to win it when you got both Ball and Wilson, two Heisman Trophy type candidates out there. It's unbelievable. I had to kid my friend John Kasich the other day. He was asking how that Ohio State game went. I said, well, just watch on Saturday. Of course, we beat Michigan State for the Big Ten championship. Bye now.